What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Friday. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful day. I'm assuming most of you have taken a break from listening to Taylor Swift's album to listen to our podcast. It's going to be a quick one, so you can go right back into listening to that album because we want to do the same thing.
We are just so selfless that we are going to take up as little of your time today. It has nothing to do with there not being a lot of topics for this lovely Friday, and all to do with the fact that we record. We'd have a shit ton to talk about if the album was out, but that for us right now, as we're recording, the album's not out yet. But while you guys are all listening, the album is out,
which I am very excited.
I am so
for
excited.
This album.
Will you be staying up till midnight?
I think I will be.
Yeah.
I think I'll be up tonight.
I think I'm just always up anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not always up at midnight.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to hit the hay a little bit
I
earlier.
go to bed earlier.
Yeah,
I go to bed so late.
What's
You
so
were up
late
late
for you?
last night.
I'm probably actually asleep around like 1 o'clock.
That's early for me.
See, I wouldn't say that's like 2:30. I think is late.
1 o'clock.
1
is
o'clock.
like so. I mean, but for us, like 1 o'clock for like the real world is really fucking late.
Oh, yeah. I'm like a 3 a.m. Like, I can't sleep.
3 a.m.
Like, pretty much like every night. Like,
No.
3:30. That's why
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god, do you have insomnia?
I think so.
Noah.
It just takes a long time.
You
And
gotta
I'm
get
like,
some rest.
yeah, I don't
Maybe
know.
you should start reading.
But I don't
or-
sit down to go to sleep. It's not like I'm like
Do
in
you
bed
ever
for
read
3
a
hours.
book or something? Like,
No, and I'm like on my phone or watching TV.
yeah, that keeps you up longer.
No, I know.
You got to turn it all off so your mind's not stimulated in that way by the lights and everything.
I'm pretty consistently in bed around 10:30, 11, and then I fall asleep.
Really?
I am pretty consistent, unless I'm out, but pretty consistently I'm in bed around
10:30. I haven't
11.
sniffed 10:30 in bed, and
But I don't fall
so long.
I don't fall asleep until 12.
Yeah, but that's so nice. Like washing your face, like getting in bed at 10:30.
Oh,
The one
pretty consistently, I would say that's around the time I go into bed.
I did that, I want to say like a month or so ago, where I was home by myself and I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing anything. It's 10 o'clock. I'm going to wash my face. I'm going to get into bed, read my book, see if I fall asleep. It was lovely. I should do it more often.
I'm so shocked that you find it so shocking that I'm in bed at that time.
I just kind of thought you were up later.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I stay up.
I just feel like because we'll be texting and so but you're just texting from your bed.
I'm texting from my bed.
Yeah.
I don't like to get into bed any earlier than 10.
Yeah. I try
Because
not
I
and
think-
scroll while I'm in bed. I definitely scroll while I'm in bed in the morning.
Oh.
I try and not scroll at night.
I scroll TikTok at night.
Yeah.
I do. But I don't like to get into bed any earlier than 10 because then I'm like, I'm in bed for too long.
Yeah, fair.
And I feel like I'm going to get bed sores, which is not true. You have to be in bed for a really, really long time for that to happen.
Yeah.
But
Grandpa Joe.
yeah, but yeah, 10:30, 11, I would say pretty consistent for me.
I'm surprised by that. I'm not going to lie.
Really? You know, there is something every day
Yeah.
that you'll be surprised by with me.
Yep.
I would say.
You just never fail to surprise me.
Love that. I want to talk about Tell Me Lies from this week. I won't spoil
Oh,
anything,
fuck, I haven't
but
watched
somebody
it.
tweeted at me this morning and said,
I
"Can
heard
you?"
this one was good. Oh, no.
I'm gonna fucking hate the finale. I know it.
Oh,
I know that I'm gonna
I have a
fucking
feeling
hate
you're going
the
to hate the finale, too. If the finale is going the way I think it's going, I think you're going to
Let me tell you, this episode, I guess, was better than the last two.
Yeah.
Last week's episode was better than the one before.
Yeah.
And this one was better than both of them.
Okay.
But the ending of this episode made me want to crawl out of my skin. Do you feel the
Did
same
you
way?
watch it too?
Yeah.
Shit, sorry
I
guys.
don't. I mean, I don't like
I haven't
it
watched
at all.
it yet.
I am actually, here's the thing though. I'm liking it more than I'm liking The Patient, which I am totally out on.
I
Wow.
agree. The Patient has taken a really. I'm like,
Bizarre turn.
yeah. I'm just like, this is not entertaining. Like,
Wow.
It's just not where you thought it was
I'm
going.
so behind still.
So both of those shows,
I've only watched 4 episodes of The Patient.
I can confidently say now, because we were talking about how because I am so excited with the first 2 episodes. No, I can confidently say they both had a dramatic drop in,
Yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for? Quality.
Yeah.
Quality of show.
Yeah.
tell me lies, I'm going to fucking hate the finale. And I know it because I know that there's going to be a lot of unanswered things. I think they're going to do a second season. The vibe I'm getting from this layout of this show is that there's going to be a second season, which I will end up watching. But my God.
I want the Drew kid dead.
The characters are all so hateable. They're besides Bree and Evan. But you have to have hateable characters.
I'm very curious. I'm very curious. I'm actually on the other side of thinking they're going to make another season. I feel like they're not.
Well, that's just maybe because you read the book.
I didn't hate Lucy so much until this episode where I was like, fuck her. And fuck Steven. And, this poor girl's mom. Like, she made mistakes.
Oh, wait,
but
you're like kind of sympathizing with her?
No, I'm not sympathizing with the mom. The mom, what she's doing is fucked up. But like the way that Steven,
that was fucked up.
The way that Steven treated the mom. I'm sorry. No, but I'm sorry. You read the book.
I know, but I've said it so many times.
Okay.
It's not the same.
I'm sorry. I get carried away. That's the one thing I will say about the show. I will not spoil anything else from the episode.
There's so many things that are in the show that are not in the book.
I am not sympathizing with the mother because obviously the mom fucked up and did fucked up things, but my daughter's boyfriend is not going to fucking talk to me like that.
I know. I was like, all right. Dude. But he's
relax.
Well, that's just who he is. Yeah.
He's such a dickhead. And Lucy is an idiot.
Let's not forget how he talked to the fucking lawyer that he went to for the internship interview with. Like,
crazy.
Imagine.
But Lucy is such an idiot. Yeah. Like, I'm just like, I was rooting for her.
They deserve each other. That's the whole point. I'm like, they're both terrible people.
He's worse than she is. I don't think she's more. I don't
bad.
think she's a terrible person. I think she's becoming a bad person because of the people she's surrounded by.
I already had this argument with Noah that
what she did at the end of this episode
was awful. But don't spoil it. She's being manipulated by this guy. It's making her brain go crazy. She's doing things that I don't think she would do. I don't think Lucy is actually a bad person. Steven is a bad person. But Lucy's a fucking idiot. Like. And she's not an idiot because of the stuff with Steven, because I think girls can get very easily manipulated, and I think that this show is showing that, like how easy somebody can be manipulated.
Yeah.
And I am on Lucy. Like, I feel bad for Lucy there. I don't think she's an idiot when it comes to Steven because he's portraying to her a different side of himself. So I'm not calling her an idiot for that. For what she did this episode, though, idiot. I whatever. Let's move on. Patient, awful. Like, these shows, but you know what's not awful? I'll think of something positive right now. I watched He's Just Not That Into You last night. And I also watched Monster-in-Law.
I watched Monster-in-Law recently
because it's coming off Netflix October 31st. So I said I'm gonna watch Monster-in-Law. What a film! It's a good one too. It's kind of the same thing over and over again. But
I always wish that Jane Fonda and Wanda Sykes got like a spinoff movie from that movie.
They're good together.
They were very good together. They were very funny.
They're good.
And I always wanted them to have do something else together in that same form. I have my Tyra Banks mess up of the week, which just is a reoccurring theme because there were 2 episodes of Dancing with the Stars this week. So it was hard. I think a lot of people had the same problem I did where you catching up, man, and you got to watch it late. It's hard. You're trying to vote, but it's on at the same time as Paradise. It was a lot. 2 episodes this week. Very emotional. Selma Blair left the show and she just physically was not able to do it for the sake of her health. And in this beautiful moment of taking her last dance with Sasha, where it's like they're gonna have their last dance, she got 10s. Like, it was just a send-off. And Tyra's introducing this last dance, and she's like, now it's time for their last dance. Selma and Artem. I mean, Selma and Sasha. It's like, one job. Get the people's names right.
She just can't figure it out. She's got to go. They got to kick her off next season.
Can't figure it out. It was just like...
You think they're going to make that move or no?
In that emotional moment... Well, it's just week after week. It used to be previous seasons, she would have like a funny mess up moment. But then I would say she was pretty consistent the other episodes. This season, I don't know if it's Disney Plus, if it's a lot because there's no commercial breaks, which is very stressful, I will say. I can't imagine as a host like 2 hours through no commercial breaks and you got to be like perfectly on time. That's very stressful. But there just continues to be these little mess ups.
I actually live for her mess ups, even though this one was just rude, like extremely rude. I think.
Well, I mean, the Landon Barker one was objectively hilarious.
I want her to get kicked off.
It's just like continuing to mess up people's names.
That sounds rude because I'm like, it sounds like I'm actively rooting for Tyra Banks to lose her job, but she'll be okay.
She's an executive producer of the show, so I don't think I don't think she will be going anywhere.
There's someone above her, though, you know?
Yeah, but
it's a little bit of a conflict of interest.
Yeah,
there.
Who's pulling the plug on her being the host? I wouldn't want to be.
Well, then she needs to get hosting lessons.
Robert Mills.
There's something going on. I think, Alfonso's
You
great.
think she's doing it so people talk, or?
No. I don't know.
I don't think that many people are talking. Like, how many people are talking about what you just said?
It's live TV, baby. Like she always says, you never know what could happen when it's live TV. She says it every week. Live TV.
It's live TV, baby.
Live TV. You never know what could happen. Follow with me, guys, because it's live TV.
If people ever get mad about stuff we say in here, it's live. It's live, man. We just record, put it out.
And we just put it out immediately. There's no
live,
editing,
not
nothing.
Live. But now we're getting to an interesting part because everybody's really good, I would say. All like the
Is Vinny still on there?
Vinny's still on there. He's got the people voting for him.
He got better?
He's getting better, I would say. Heidi was in the bottom too, which made me sad. I hope people vote for her because I think that there's some worse dancers than Heidi. Like I think Heidi's a better dancer than a lot of the pros that are still there. Gabby got the
perfect score.
First perfect score.
I love her.
She was
so
good. She is, and she's really, really funny on the show.
Yeah, I keep seeing clips of her being funny.
She is cracking me up on the show. They did, this Tuesday was prom night, and they asked all the contestants, they were like, who would be prom queen like on the show? And she was like, me. Then she was like, can I say me? Like, and they were like, yeah, sure.
You know what's funny though? There's some people who would say that people would hate, but then there's some people who say it that people are like, yes, Gabby, you know?
Yeah, she's very giggly and has a lot of, like, I feel like she's just makes Val laugh all the time, which they probably have a fun partnership.
She might win it.
She might win. Wayne Brady's also phenomenal. He also got a perfect score. So
she might win it.
Yeah.
Although probably hard to decide who to vote for when you're torn between the D'Amelios, Charlie, and.
Yeah, it's tough. I feel like if it gets down to the end of what I think it will be, I almost think it's gonna be hard for Charlie to win, only because I think a lot of people voting will be older folks. Not banned against her, but she'll definitely get a ton of people voting for her. She has all of her fans, but I think there will be people who are like, well, she is a trained dancer already. Let's give it to Wayne because he was, his growth was so huge.
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly be shocked if she didn't win because she is like the most followed person. It's like,
right.
how could she not just get
so many
that
people.
doesn't translate sometimes.
I feel like you have that many followers, you just get like a small percentage of them to vote. It's
I don't know. That's definitely
those
true.
Those fans are dedicated.
There are some times when there have been people with a lot of followers on the show and it doesn't translate to them getting the votes.
Charlie's the most followed person in the world. Like, it's not just a lot of followers. Like, she's more,
I don't know,
more followed than like.
TikTok to me is like a hard measurement because I just feel like the TikTok numbers are so crazy. I'm like, there's just not 100, like, you know what I'm saying?
Lots of bots.
Yeah. Like, I just don't feel like it totally. She does obviously have a ton of Instagram followers too, but
yeah,
it's hundreds of millions of people on TikTok where I'm like, and a lot of them are international.
The numbers like there's so many viral TikToks that you're like, are that many people really liking this TikTok?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It really, I'm like, 1.4 million people are like liking this many TikToks.
Yeah.
Like Instagram picture, I don't know. That's a whole other conversation.
I went to a Demi Lovato concert Wednesday night. It was phenomenal. Demi's voice is
looking good.
Insane. The skill is unmatched.
Was
truly.
that your first Demi Lovato concert?
No. I went to
the way she said that.
Idiot.
Yeah, you're so fucking stupid for even asking that.
Well, Demi opened.
My bad.
Demi opened way back when for the Jonas Brothers, and Nick and Demi co-headlined a tour together a few years back. That Claire and I also went to.
No, Joe and Demi were dating.
No, Nick and Demi co-headlined a tour.
Joe and Demi dated. Then the Jonas Brothers' dad is like part of the It's in her documentary. The Jonas Brothers' dad,
Yeah,
like
the Philly
basically
Mac stuff.
didn't get Demi in trouble. I mean, like she was in trouble, and the Jonas Brothers were there for it.
Oh.
The Jonas Brothers have seen a lot when it comes to Demi.
Yeah, like they were there for her.
Yeah.
You know, ups and downs.
So I have been to multiple shows, but this was very good. Played a lot of the
probably very different than
played some of the old ones, which always
duh.
hit. And her new ones are really good too. So it was good.
Why
thought it
did
was
she
a great
play such a small theater? She's just trying to do smaller shows because obviously she could sell out bigger venues than the Beacon.
I don't know.
Because she could do MSG probably.
I don't
Right?
I don't
know.
think so.
You don't think so?
No.
I mean, she could do bigger than Beacon. That's like less than 2,000 people, or less than 3,000 people.
Yeah, I just think that's the vibe of the tour that she did, and
No,
I
I
also
like
just
it,
think
but-
that I like in New York. Where would she have done it? Like, that's That's not like a bigger jump.
I'm like, I guess it's like all pretty similar. I was gonna say like
Yeah.
Terminal 5, but that's like less than 3,000 too. Like, is there like a medium-sized venue?
Not really.
That's kind of weird. It's like MSG and then just like a huge
But I
drop.
think that's kind of how most
I
places
guess,
are.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
All I know is that there was still a fairly it was packed. It was sold out for sure, but there were some seats around us available.
What was the demographic
So I do
like?
think that funky crowd,
Like young
I
or
will say mixed, totally mixed. It was interesting to see. Like you could definitely see the people who have been fans for a long time. A lot of young, a lot of young punk rockers.
Mm.
Yeah, like girls with their moms, but they're dressed in like the fishnets and the.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something.
crowd I do not want to get mixed up
You
with.
you did not want to be caught in a color at that concert. If you were
Really?
wearing like a pink, whoa, you would have stood out like a
That's
sore
what I'm
thumb.
saying. Like I don't want to be caught in that crowd because I'm afraid.
Everybody was in black or red, pretty much the entire crowd.
What did you wear?
Black. Duh. I literally was in a black
The
t-shirt.
way that
and
she
jeans.
keeps answering me is like I'm so stupid. Like for asking a question.
I wore black.
I don't know.
Honestly, I wouldn't have that wouldn't have crossed my mind. Like,
Of like,
if I was
oh, I
going to a
need to
Demi
be
Lovato concert, I
specific.
would expect it to be the other way, I guess. But I kind of forget that she's in
No,
this
she's
different
punk
phase.
rock now. She's black,
Her hair
leather.
is very punk rock. I saw
Yeah.
pictures.
The opening act was this group called Royal and the Serpent.
Any kind of serpent.
That
in
sounds
the
like the
name,
band
I
that
think.
killed Megan Fox in what's the movie? What's the movie with her in
Shia LaBeouf.
No, where Megan Fox turns into she
Disturbia?
gets killed by a band as like a sacrifice, and then she's Jennifer's Body.
Oh, Jennifer's Body.
Remember that band?
I've never seen Jennifer's
What?
Body. I've gone to watch Jennifer's Body, but I've always been alone when I've gone to watch it and been like, I'm too scared for this.
It's kind of creepy. It's scary.
I've seen the scenes of her kissing Amanda Seyfried
Oh,
though.
yeah.
Major like Taylor Momsen, like what
Mm-hmm.
vibes from the Royal, like old what Taylor Momsen wanted to be,
When,
kind of.
Yeah, when she became a rebel and left
When she
Gossip
wanted
Girl
to like
and-
do the punk, the band.
Fun
they
fact,
were
we have
all
the same
full
birthday.
tights,
Really?
and the bleached hair and the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they were, I don't know if like they have a song about it or if it's just like their thing, but the massive back of it just said "Rats or Die." I don't know.
Did Demi
It's just a
sing
lot of Rats or
Anyone?
Die.
That song Anyone?
No,
That's like the only song I know of her.
that is so not true.
No, I mean I'm sure I would recognize
Did you
some.
forget?
I mean, yeah. It's
But
I
like
would
the ones
recognize-
from the radio, Skyscraper, Cool for the Summer,
I think Cool for the Summer I would know.
you would know.
Just Anyone came
Did
out,
you
and then I remember she
forget?
had like that. I don't know where it was at the Grammys.
played it
maybe,
at the Grammys.
and I was like, oh damn! Like she can
Vocally,
sing.
that is a hard song
Yeah,
to
that's
sing.
why
I don't think she could do that every night.
When she sang it at Grammys, I was like, oh damn.
Yeah, that would be. I think that would be tough. But
So you look pretty close.
yeah, they
To
were
the
great.
stage.
Thanks to Game Time.
Shout out Game
shout
Time.
out
Game Time
Time.
code stool, $20 off,
There you go.
which was great. So yeah, Game Time hooked it up, which was awesome, and it was
I
a
like that.
good taste of new stuff and some nostalgic stuff. So Here We Go Again is one of my all-time like favorite songs, I think.
You look like you were having a blast.
I like
I
the
did have
smaller
a blast.
venues. It feels much more intimate.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very intimate.
Yeah.
It was.
Right. Someone like Demi Lovato, you expect bigger.
Did she have cool merch or?
It's very geared toward the new album. So a lot of like the album's called Holy Fuck, so like it's a lot of like crosses and
On the marquee, does it say holy?
My mom wouldn't be happy with me.
Not my style.
Taking home a shirt that said "Holy fuck." With
How do they market that? Do they bleep out the
it's a uppercase V.
Oh, instead of the UC.
Mm.
So FVK.
Mm.
Interesting.
CK.
The V is a U.
Oh.
Yeah.
Holy Vivek.
That's basically our.
How many nights is she doing at the Beacon?
She did 2.
Oh.
She did Tuesday and Wednesday.
Interesting days to do.
All right, let's get into today's topics.
Sometimes Noah asks questions where I'm like, "What interesting days?"
No, they're just like, it's like
you just like you can't play every venue on a weekend when you're on a tour.
No, I guess, but I would think like if you're a bigger artist, it's like you aim for the weekends in the big cities. But
I feel what you're saying.
Like,
but also you went to concerts at the Beacon where you went, I think, in the middle of the week, right?
Well, yeah, but they played like 7 shows.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into today's topics. We're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. We're also going to be talking about Billie Eilish and her new boyfriend. Taylor Swift's album comes out. And that's it. So let's get into it, starting off with the reunion.
All right, guys, make sure you are cozying up for this fall season. Maybe you're hosting a tailgate. Maybe you're just hanging out with some friends, but you got to do it with the case of bold, delicious Vizzy Hard Seltzer. They have amazing variety packs. My favorite is the Blackberry Lemon. That is in the second variety pack. You guys have to try it. They also have the Vizzy Mimosa packs, which are perfect for tailgating, like a nice early Saturday, Sunday morning. When you're getting ready and you're in the lot and you're getting ready for some daytime drinks, the Vizzy Mimosa is perfect. Vizzy Hard Seltzer has flavors for every vibe. Here is how to get yours. You can go to VizzyHardSeltzer.com/chicks to find Vizzy near you. That's VizzyHardSeltzer.com/chicks. And you can also hear about their latest flavor drops and more when you sign up at VizzyHardSeltzer.com/subscribe. You must be 21 or 21 up, 21 and older, and always celebrate responsibly. This is coming from Molson Coors Beverage Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Last night was part 2 of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. We are diving a little bit more into the drama. It seems like part 3, which is next week, will be where the top gets blown off of this roof. It seems like, or the roof gets blown off this place, I mean. And things are really going to go down, but it started going down a little bit last night. I think that Erica and Lisa are just bullies. I think they're bullies. There was a big conversation about Garcelle's book and how Erica posted Garcelle's book in the trash. And it turns out, they revealed last night on the reunion that it was actually Lisa Rinna who threw out the book. And Erica Jane got all this flack for not recycling. And it was actually Lisa Rinna. Mm-hmm. But here's what I caught on to, Miss Erica Jane. I'm fucking on to you. When Andy said to Erica Jane, wow, that was a lot to hold in. And Erica Jane was like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm like that. Like, I'll hold it down. Bitch, you should not be saying you're holding it down when you're in fucking court deciding on whether you knew shit about your husband or not. Because right there told me you would keep it down on lock for your husband because you kept it on lock for Lisa Rinna. The way that she worded that and said, oh, you know me, I'll keep it down for my girl.
Yeah.
Who's to say you wouldn't keep it down for your husband?
Yep.
I'm on to you, Erica.
Yeah. She, the continued, like, following the exact rules of the court of law, you know, where it's just feel like that has been very repetitive. Andy also seems very fed up with Lisa Rinna. You know, like the way Andy is talking to her, being like with the social media and posting and talking about producers. Like he seems like he's like, what are you doing? Like, you're losing it. Yeah. What are you doing?
He said that they talked about it many times before, but he had to bring it up again last night. Like, why do you post the things you do? Why not just call production? And everyone joked like that would be too easy. She's not going to get that thrill, that adrenaline rush that it comes from posting, getting all the responses, and then she regrets it after, and she's like, put me on pause, which I think does happen. But it seemed like Andy was really fed up with Lisa Rinna. They obviously talked about her losing her mom, which is obviously awful and very sad. And I thought it was wild that it went from like talking about losing her mom and, you know, the burying of the ashes this past summer, and then immediately into so-and-so from New York City wants to know why you're using your
Mom's death as an excuse,
for your actions.
Yeah.
And I was like, so-and-so from New York City or Andy Cohen from New York City wondering this.
The way that Andy can turn topics around is why these reunions are also so good, because it's like the way that they just have always decided to do, like, Simon from Tallahassee asked, like, or like Twitter question, Simon 49876 wants to know. Like, it's just like, it's a great way to ask the question, but it's like, hey, I don't know. I'm just reading what's on the card. I'm just reading the question. But I saw Denise Richards also posted on Instagram. She like posted a story and was like, I watched last night, fairly, you know, very upsetting for Lisa Rinna to lose her mom, but how does that excuse her behavior prior to obviously her mom passing, where the way she treated other people? So that was definitely very Lisa focused.
Yeah, she was like,
sure.
It's been a hard season for me. It's been a hard season for me. Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean you need to be so cruel to people. Like, her and Erica are just bullies, in my opinion. I think they're a tag team, and they just like want to take everyone down. And I don't know.
I think Garcelle has been really great this reunion as well too. I feel
think
like she
so too.
is getting her points across. She is clear and concise.
She's always coming out looking like the better person than the other people.
I know. Also, like, I don't know what the deal with the friggin' PK Erica story from like years ago with the asking if she was a porn star. It's like, and Dorit being like, what? You've never told me that? It's like, how do you have that story in your back pocket? You guys are supposedly very good friends. You've never shared that story.
Yeah.
Like, that's a story. If that was something that was in my life, like, I would have brought that up immediately. It would have been like, your husband that one time, like, or you bring up, it was just very odd timing of all moments to be like, this is when I'm going to share this story.
It's really, I think they're both like being evil. Like I said, like, they actually did have a conversation, which is worse, being evil or being called a cunt. And Andy was shocked by the responses of everyone saying evil is worse than being called a cunt.
Yeah, I'm going to have to double down on that one too. I agree with Andy that's crazy.
Yeah, like, cunt is such a harsh word.
Yeah.
If somebody called me a cunt, I don't know how I could recover. Like, that's me. Like, that means they think you're a really awful human being.
Yeah. Like, that
really
already includes the word evil.
Yeah, I think
like,
cunt is like a mixture of like bitch, evil, awful. Like, I think it's just a mixture of all things combined into one word. So
I saw clips from an old reunion from years ago where Brandy, I think, had used that word, and everyone was like freaking out. They were like, "Oh, that's the worst word. You can't. Why would you ever say that word?" Like, everybody's freaking out. And now this time around, they're like, "Evil's way worse." Like,
right? They're throwing
not.
cunt out like it's nothing. I think it's such an awful word to use, but when it's used right, it's used right.
I hate the word. I can't even say it out loud. But I don't like it at
when
all.
Somebody really deserves it, they deserve it.
That's a big go-to for me when I stub my toe.
What? Wow. Really?
No.
I would never say it to someone.
No,
but it's just
I know.
like, it's so
I'm so like usually just a fuck comes out.
Yeah,
like,
normally it's
fucking,
more of a
no. It's
you
like,
fucking cunt.
That is what I say. It's like, but it's like mumbled like under my breath. But it's just like, you know when you stub your toe?
Yeah, but I it's usually like a stub
because
toe.
it's
You go,
so
fuck.
like.
Yeah, I know. I normally
Fran looks
just,
like she's like.
I'm floored that's.
Disgusted.
I am a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I'll throw just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna judge you for that.
I would never say it to anyone.
No, I know, but I also think when people are like, I would
but
never
these
say that word. It's like, no, you don't
It's
just throw
like not
around
in my
the word.
vocabulary. Like, it's not. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's just like not a word I think of.
I know, but
like, I just don't use
it's
it,
like
so
such
I don't.
A
it doesn't
bad
pop
word that
into my
exists,
mind.
Where it's like, I feel like it's made for those type
of
it's like,
moments.
when else am I going to use this word that's readily available? I would never use it in public. Mm-hmm. It's like, I need, like, it hurts.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your toe hurts.
It does, but that word doesn't pop into my mind.
Fran's face when I said that was like,
well, I just feel like that's very shocking for you specifically.
How dare you?
No, it was just more like I can't imagine you saying that.
That's, I mean, because I would never
That
say
word
that.
out of your mouth is what is
Yeah,
more
and I'm not going to
confusing
even
me.
say it here.
I
didn't even
here's
say
it.
it
I
just now.
actually think that's where I also think is crazy when people are like, I would never even say that word. It's like, no, it's not something I go about saying in my life every single day. But if there is a proper moment where somebody did something so evil to me, I would be like, that person's a cunt. And because a bitch isn't going to describe that. Anybody can be a bitch.
Yeah.
But there are people out there that are so evil that there's only one word that
Is
can
there
describe them.
You don't really.
But I don't know
you wouldn't
anybody like
call
that
it-
in my
if
life.
If a guy did something really bad, you wouldn't call him that. I feel like it's like more
No.
aimed toward women.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean obviously, but I'm saying like if I piss someone off so much, like one of you wouldn't call me. Like
No.
what's the equivalent of a guy prick? Like that's not really.
No, not even close.
No, I know.
Yeah,
But
well,
I'm saying
then,
like
yeah,
what
you
is the equivalent
I don't think there is one
for a guy? Yeah, I guess not.
because all the words are for the
Dick.
women.
Like it doesn't. nothing.
Cocksucker.
You know, all the like the women get all the bad ones. I have a hard time. Evil is not bad. Like evil is not worse than that. Calling someone evil.
Yeah, I don't.
That was a crazy argument, but they're definitely throwing that word around on the show a lot more. Erica loves that word. I think she kind of always has. It feels like. Let me tell you, someone who probably doesn't ever say it. Sutton. It's just
No, it's not coming out of her mouth.
flabbergasted she was at those moments, but it's what else did it? Oh, it was funny that when Dorit was like, can we go back to the glue analogy? Like I didn't understand the glue analogy. They're like, oh, honey.
Yeah, I can't
horses.
judge her for that because I mean, like I knew it, but like I've had those moments too where you just don't know something and then you say,
definitely.
stupid.
But it creates a funny moment.
Yes.
Sorry, I kicked your water over. Was there anything else? It really did. It's just they're leaving us off for this massive part 3.
Yeah, though we're just waiting for Kathy Hilton to come in. I think
They
Kathy.
were priming us with like the Lisa Rinna stuff.
I think Kathy Hilton would be great in a horror movie. And I like Kathy Hilton. But she looks like somebody who would be in a horror movie.
Is that a hit on Kyle? That like
No, it's not because of that at all. It's because she looks like somebody in a horror movie that I've
to be a bad guy or
like they look like somebody who's like we're
she's always in pink sometimes, which kind of gives me Dolores Umbridge vibes.
like a well put together mom or a well put together nanny who then turns evil.
Ooh.
But I like Kathy Hilton.
I went immediately when you brought that up. My mind went immediately to sibling rivalry because I feel like they have Kyle and Kathy like have been having some obvious sibling issues.
No,
you know?
It has nothing to do with that. I think it's because she maybe looks like one of the women from from American Horror Story. This woman on the bottom.
Oh, what's her name? What is her name? She's not American, I don't think, right?
She plays Constance in Murder House American Horror Story.
Jessica Lange.
Jessica Lange. She gives me Jessica Lange vibes.
Jessica Lange is American. That is my bad. I see. I can see.
She gives me Jessica Lange vibes.
I can
so
totally
then I say,
see
and
that.
Jessica Lange has been American Horror Story. So then I thought, Kathy Hilton, but that has nothing to do with what I think about Kathy Hilton.
I can totally see it.
think-
Jessica Lange is an Academy Award winning actress.
From what my guess is that, and I don't know for sure, but I think next week when we find out whatever the fuck Kathy Hilton said that Lisa Rinna was going to get cancer by,
we're
going to go, really?
I know. Well, I don't even think they're really going to tell. I don't think Lisa's going to say everything.
Because Andy, in the part of the trailer, Andy's like, and that's what you felt like. Like
right, it was like Andy's like you couldn't get past that.
Yeah, that Andy's reaction was like, that's the thing that you couldn't get past.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we're going to be very underwhelmed by whatever Lisa Rinna is going to say about Kathy Hilton.
Totally.
And I think what she's going to say...
Which I think is why they're all like, Lisa's not... she might get put in box.
Which I think what she's going to say is that something about Kyle. Mm-hmm. I think that she's going to say Kathy Hilton said something about Kyle. Mm-hmm. And Kathy is then going to say that when we saw this, that Lisa agreed with her. Mm-hmm. And... here's the thing, no matter...
Right, the preview did make it seem like she was like, and Kathy was like, and weren't you like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, like you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
So I think Kathy Hilton's going to come out on top, and I think Lisa Rinna, no matter what Kathy Hilton said, I think Kathy Hilton is going to come out looking good, and I think Lisa Rinna is going to come out looking bad.
Right.
Because I don't think they would have taken her off next season if she
Which is
was
not
in,
official yet.
Not official, but rumors are.
Yeah.
If she was in the right, I don't think they would take her off next season.
Yeah, and I do think if Kathy is going to, which from the previews, it also seems like Kathy's like, hey, contract coming up, tried to create something big. And I think a lot of viewers are going to be like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And because it's like, it doesn't, the crime doesn't seem to fit the punishment here. So it's like, oh, Lisa making such a big deal out of something that wasn't perhaps as big as Lisa wanted it to be, because she was looking for her big moment for the season.
Yeah, I'm excited though. Whatever it is, I am excited to watch.
Yeah.
It has been revealed that Billie Eilish and Jesse Rutherford, I think I'm saying
Rutherford, yeah.
They are dating, and people see this as controversial because he is 11 years older than Billie Eilish. He's 31, Billie is 20. People are unhappy with this. He's also known Billie since she was a lot younger, so people are like, oh, what, is he waiting around for her to become of age and they're dating? I think it's weird. I think it's just one of those things where you're like, it is legal, so you can't say, you know what I mean? But then, but you could also say it's weird. Like the fact that he is going after a 20-year-old and he was recently dating someone much older, 28. No.
Oh, yes.
He was dating.
They're closer in age.
Yeah,
Devin.
he was dating someone who was much older. So it's like, how do you go from dating a 28-year-old to a 20-year-old?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I feel like, Billie has dated guys that are older than her. This situation is interesting because we love Billie. Like, it's like you want Billie to be happy. And right now, from the pictures and the vibe, she seems very happy. So it's like, that's great. Definitely want her to be happy. However, when you think about it from, like you just said, his side of it, it's kind of like, just a little interesting, head scratching. I think anytime you see a 31-year-old dating a 20-year-old, it's like, what's the dynamic there? I'm coming fresh off a Demi Lovato concert where she sang 29, and 29, the song says a lot. And yes, 17 years old and 20 years old, there's a difference, but 20 is still so young. And no matter how mature you are, how much you've already been in the real world and real world experience and all those things, sometimes that doesn't equate to like relationships. And I think in this case, you just have to hope that, Billie is protecting herself in ways that she can. And if she's very happy right now, this is a couple that there's been a lot of rumors about them recently. They've been spotted, and then these paparazzi photos, they're kissing, they're laughing, they're smiling. He was in the band, The Neighborhood, which everyone probably knows, Sweater Weather. Mm-hmm. And then he dated Devin Lee Carlson for a long time as well. And I think they had kind of a rocky breakup.
Yeah, I think he cheated on her.
There was something. She and her sister went on Call Her Daddy, and they talked about it a little bit. But I think it was a little shaky.
Yeah, I think it's a reflection on him that it's like you're dating someone so much younger than you that you can't find someone around your age or a little bit older than
right, or even if in your mind you're like maybe this isn't a good idea,
right? Yeah, like how that doesn't strike you is kind of strange to me. Like, I'm 31, she's 20 is, because I would imagine when I'm 31 I'm gonna look at a 20-year-old like that's really young. Like, I'm gonna look back like, because I'm 25 and I still look at 20 like damn, I was young. Like
29, Demi's song. Yeah. When she turned 29, she was like, well, this is fucking weird.
Right.
Like, I would never think about it that way now.
You wouldn't date somebody that much younger than you. So I think it's a weird reflection on his part. Hopefully Billie has a lot of people looking after her, and you just gotta kind of let her do her own thing because, no matter how many times you tell a 20-year-old you shouldn't be doing this, they're gonna do what they want anyway. I just think it's a weird reflection on him.
Yeah.
So,
And I think they have also known each other for a very long
Yeah,
time.
that's what I said. He's known her since she was like 16.
Yeah, which I don't know if. I think that makes it worse.
Yeah, so this is like
or I don't know. This is because
this is always
people pointed out a picture of them when they were at a party together in 2017, and she was 16 and he was 26.
Well, you know what they talk about this sometimes, how Friends, in the show Friends,
Yeah,
how weird it is that Monica ends up with Richard at some point,
right.
when Richard was literally like taking care of Monica when she was in diapers.
Yep.
And they're like, that is so weird.
Yep.
Like, we never, like, watching Friends, you're just like, whatever, it's a storyline.
Yep.
But then you think about it, you're like, that's fucking weird. I mean, it's a show, so like, you know, but you're like, weird. That's weird.
Yeah. There's something about that where it's like, oh, you.
But when people say that one is hard, because I'm like, not everyone's like, I don't know if this guy was waiting,
no,
like
I don't think
creepily in the
you can make
corner.
that
Yeah,
assumption,
but people do. They're like, he was waiting creepily in the corner for Billie to turn of age. Like, I don't know about that, but it is kind of, I don't know. That whole thing is always a confusing conversation.
It is very confusing, and it's very hard to talk about. These situations, I think, are very hard to talk about because without really having the details of the in and outs of their relationship, it's easy to make generalizations. Yes, thank you. About relationships like this. So it's easy to jump to immediately thinking like, well, what the fuck is this? So it's hard at this point. But yeah, personally, our opinion, kind of sketch.
Yeah,
so
I think it's kind of sketch.
It's and like I said, it's when you're just such a different person at those ages. I know everyone's like, well, when you're 31 and 41, people don't talk about that. It's like, yeah, I know, but you're like once you
reach your 30s, your brain is fully
past
developed.
Like 30, 35, everybody's the same.
But
age.
you don't think it's a case by case thing? Because I did bring up earlier, like Joe and Serena like work so well, like, and that is kind of very similar age gap and aging.
Yeah, I don't. There is a similar gap. I just think like, 20. Like Serena's not 20.
But like, how different is 20 than 23? Like, is it that big of a difference?
Living my own life, yes. I from thinking of myself as a woman when I was 20 versus myself as a woman at 23. I personally think I was very different at those ages. So that's how I get a read on it. Like I think of my own life at those ages.
Yeah.
And I do think that there was a massive difference in those ages. I also think that there's something like if you can't take your girlfriend out to have a legal drink.
Yeah, I get that.
Like that's a little bizarre to me as well.
That throws me off.
And like I said, this is my personal opinion. If Billie and what's his face, Jesse are good, then okay, fine. I'm just voicing my concern for a young girl like Billie, who I like a lot.
Yep.
And hope that she like mentally and is okay, and this is a good relationship.
I agree.
Okay, no, we said Taylor Swift, as a topic, so I think we'll just say that we hope it's really good.
Right, because we
13 songs. I'm
excited for it.
I'm hoping the karma theory that everyone's been throwing around is actually what the song is. I hope you guys are listening to this and you're saying, yes, Fran, that's exactly what we got.
What's the theory?
The theory is that it's a song that unreleased about the Kanye shit.
Oh, okay. I like that idea.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
So that's one theory that's being floated around, I think, as far as the karma goes. They're calling it the karma theory. There is a secret unreleased Taylor Swift album that was supposed to come out in 2016. We talked about this conspiracy, that there was an album that she was going to put out in 2016 that she never did because of what happened. And then now that there is this potential, maybe this is just like one song from that she had written that wants to be included now on this.
Well, that would be perfect timing. I think it's the perfect time to release a song about Kanye.
It would, because he continues to be the absolute worst human being on planet Earth these days.
I would like to just say, as a Jewish man, I'm fully out on Kanye.
Yeah, I think that's a fair
yes,
statement,
I think it
and
is.
I concur.
Yes,
I am
think that
also
is-
fully out. Like it's just despicable the shit he's been saying.
Everything
is
he
insane.
says
And he tried to
is
apologize. He went on
insane.
Piers
He
Morgan.
didn't even, like,
it's like he didn't even.
But
It's-
everything he says, you're just like, how are you saying
hate it.
this?
But he
Where
was like,
are
I'm
you
fighting
getting
fire
this
with
from?
fire. It's like,
No.
what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
who's saying anything to you besides shut up?
No.
Like,
Then he tried to clarify. He was like, "Well, it's just the Jewish people that like I know." I'm like, no.
yeah,
You know.
like,
no.
So like, if one girl is mean to me, I'm go, all girls in the entire world are terrible.
Right,
Like, what?
like,
It's-
it just
no.
makes-
He's a
he's
piece of
just
shit, honestly.
awful,
So
yeah.
it's really gotten to an insane level, and these media platforms continue to have them on their shows because they know it's gonna like get views and people are gonna watch it. But it's absolutely insane, like the shit that he is saying on them for sure. So no, it would be definitely a proper time for that
yep.
to come out. And I think, we got the writing credits, a lot of Jack Antonoff, which is great. We know those two are a phenomenal duo writing songs together. Zoe Kravitz is listed as a
What?
writer on one song. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
they're friends. And then William Bowery is also listed, which we know is the name she uses for Joe Alwyn, her boyfriend.
Mm.
So it sounds like they've written a song together. It's called Sweet Nothing, which sounds amazing.
Oh, Calvin Harris song, Sweet Nothing.
Yeah. Which
And Taylor Swift.
Give me
dated
some
Calvin
sad
Harris.
songs, Taylor. Give me some sad.
I'm sure there will be. She always has sad songs.
Really?
She
On like
has
1989,
sad,
is
she
there a
has-
sad song?
I mean, there's some.
I mean,
that-
like they could be about, but like the whole like
but they're
vibe of it
upbeat.
is like upbeat.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a mixture of everything.
this is the thing. Everybody listening to this are going to
They'll
say,
know, yeah.
God, they sound stupid because they know all the answers.
Yeah,
They've all listened
True.
to it already.
And honestly, we wish we could do the album
right,
listening
but
thing.
I
it's
know.
literally illegal for us
So
to do.
yes, I know we've gotten asked a lot to go through a little listening watch party to do for Monday. We actually legally cannot do it anymore
Yeah.
because we will get
Taylor would come for
majorly
us.
sued. Majorly sued for
Were the
a
good
lot
old
of money.
days when we could
Those
play
were
music.
those were the good old days. We can't do that anymore, unfortunately. But best believe on Monday we'll be talking about the songs and how we feel about them, and hopefully Noah gets what he's looking for.
I mean, I'm sure I'll like it, but
No,
I like her last two albums.
You
more.
like them a lot.
I just like that sound.
I'm very excited. The thrill of a Thursday night before a Taylor album drop
It's
is
also-
a thrill unlike any other, in my opinion.
I feel like, I mean, I always just listen to new music at midnight most of the time, but a lot of people probably don't. But since this is all like the whole thing is midnight, I feel
Yeah.
like everyone at midnight is going to be.
Oh, totally. That's the whole
Listening.
point. And then
Yeah.
she's got a couple new music videos coming out as well. I know one I think is definitely coming out early Friday morning.
I feel like last time she released one of her albums, she put out a music video like at midnight.
Yeah, she did like a video where you could see like a calendar. She had events, and I believe there's like a 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
video release that was listed on there. And rumors are that she's going to tour next summer. So
Do you think she'll do any like special show tomorrow, live show or no?
I don't know. She's been in New York. She's been photographed walking around with Joe a ton.
Mm.
I would actually fall over if I saw them in the street. Like physically would like forget how to walk.
Would you go up?
No. I would be way too scared.
I wonder what I would do. I feel like I would go up because
I would just freeze. Like I'm telling you, I would all of a sudden it'd be like my feet were glued to the sidewalk. Even if they were coming past me in a crosswalk, and I would be hit by oncoming traffic.
Is it just because it's Taylor Swift, or like is that you with every like major
No,
celebrity?
it's Taylor Swift.
Because like I walked by Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner in the city once, and would you
No,
have stopped if you walked by them or said hi?
Oh no, I wouldn't say hi to them either. I would also have an absolute panic. But that's more to
You've
that's
met them.
But that's more to Sophie. Like that's
Oh.
like I haven't met Sophie.
Oh.
If Joe was by himself, maybe I would. But that's still honestly like makes
No,
me
I feel probably
makes
like
me sweat a little just thinking
in the
about
moment
it.
I would probably have a panic attack if it was someone I really.
And I
liked.
just feel like seeing Taylor and Joe together is like seeing a unicorn.
Yeah.
So anyway, I hope everyone's enjoying the album. I think it's going to be great.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Make sure you subscribe everywhere. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you on Monday.